say about that.
David Ray, president of the profit-sharing 401k Council of America and a lobbyist for the 401k industry, says it's one that empowers people to make their own investment decisions.
401k is the absolute best way people can save for retirement. They absolutely are the best retirement vehicle we have.
How can you say it's the best available if it has let down tens of millions of people at the time they need the money the most?
That's not a 401k problem. That is our entire investment system.
In this video, it's been very evident that there's little advice available. And the advice that is available is non-specific, or tends to keep people fully invested even when the market is going down. They believe that one size fits all. Know this, that the company-sponsored retirement plans that were never designed to provide a total retirement solution. It was introduced to act as one leg of a three-legged stool, to include things as Social Security, pension plans, and then of course your company-sponsored plan or personal savings. As we know, pensions are largely a thing of the past. And what will happen to the Social Security system? And then of course now we talk about the 401ks or the company-sponsored retirement plans. Is there any solution? Is there any hope?
The three-legged stool, if you will, has gone to two legs, and it's wobbly, and it's wobbling, and I'm not sure that it's going to support anything. And that's the scary part, and people are afraid.
Brooks Hamilton has helped design retirement plans for some of the country's largest corporations. He says 401ks turned out to be so much cheaper than funding pensions that many companies decided to freeze their pension plans and replace them with 401ks. The decision created millions of new employee investors for Wall Street and the financial community, and they pounced on the opportunity.
If you go back and track the mutual fund growth in assets, and you track the growth in 401k plans, it looks like a railroad track leading to the sky. They are parallel tracks.
So the big beneficiaries were the mutual funds.
That's right. That's correct.
From that last clip, we've learned that Wall Street is the biggest winner in this situation. But how is that they win? It's because of fees. Then these fees continually erode the value of your retirement account, your 401k, your 403b, or even your accounts that you have invested locally. So let's look and see how fees are impacting your retirement account.
Representative George Miller of California is chairman of the House Committee on Education and Labor and a staunch critic of the 401k industry, especially its practice of deducting more than a dozen undisclosed fees from its clients' 401k accounts.
Now you got a bunch of economic wizards jumping in and taking money out of your retirement plan, and they don't want to tell you how much. You can't decipher it in simple English, and they're not interested in disclosing it or having any transparency about it.
And most of the people that look at their 401ks have no idea that these fees are being taken out.
No. Where would you find it? Where would you find these fees in this prospectus? You can look on any page you want, and when you're all done reading it, and you will find some of the fees and the commissions here, but you won't find them all, and I bet you won't find half of them.
And just like this video just said, the fees are hidden, very difficult to find. Matter of fact, 83% of all plan sponsors, in other words, the employers out there, do not even know how much of the fees they are paying in their 401ks. So if they don't know, does that bring you any type of confidence? So let's now watch this video on where all these fees are going.
David Ray, a lobbyist for the 401k industry, says he favors disclosing the fees, but his partners in the financial industry don't.
You think most people know these fees exist?
I think they know that there are fees. They don't know exactly how large they are.
Why do you think the financial services industry is opposed to fee transparency?
I don't know that they're opposed to it. I think the issue is...
You don't think they're opposed to it?
Well, they want to keep...
You're a lobbyist in Washington, right? You know they're opposed to it.
So what we have found in today's video is that the mutual funds that are available are very mediocre, as well as the fees that are eroding. So what's the solution for you?
We wanted to ask David Ray, who's been so bullish on 401k plans, one last question about what the future holds for people like Terry and Donna McNally and Kathleen Coleman, who you met at the beginning of this story.
Most of the people that we've talked to are 50 and 60 years old,
Right.
and have sustained these losses, say there is no way they're ever going to make them back.
Right.
Do you agree with that?
I think we have to be truth tellers. I think that when a person has hit this point and we've had this unfortunate situation, I don't think we can misrepresent what the possibilities are.
And the reality is that money's not coming back that they've lost.
They can't count on it. They have to, maybe they have maybe if they work 10 more years, it'll come back by the 10, but it's important that they not have unrealistic expectations.
Well, it sounds like the Wall Street solution for your problem is that you're just going to have to work longer. Put more money in the stock market and hope that your retirement funds come back. So what caused this situation?
And he believes people who lost money have no one to blame but themselves.
In America, it's a society based on freedom and choice and personal responsibility. We need to help them understand these responsibilities and execute them to the best they can. 401k is part of that. There are no guarantees.
What about the people who are 63 or 64? A lot of those people were thinking about retiring.
Well,
and now they aren't.
Well, I mean,
a lot of them were retired and have to go back into the workforce.
Well, but that was not a 401k problem. That's an investment system problem. The markets go up and down, and if those people chose to take equity risk, there was a logical outcome.
Did you catch that? The lobbyists in Washington blame you for the problem with the system. You should have known how to avoid those steep market losses, is what he said. So what we've learned today is that there are big problems with the system and that you are essentially on your own to solve the problem. So who's going to help you? The misfortune that came upon many that we heard about today is very common. And it could happen to you, but it doesn't have to happen. So today I'm introducing the RPM system, which stands for the Retirement Plan Manager. The RPM system was developed to fill the gap for those who have a company-sponsored retirement plan but don't know how to manage it effectively. What is the RPM system? It is a signal. Just like a traffic signal, we're there to let you know when to get in the market, but more importantly, when to get out of the market. As you can see in these charts, in 2007, the signal was given near the end of the first quarter. And of course, a little bit later on, we exited out. The signal came back a little bit later on in the year, but as you can see here, we avoided the big dips in the market. The system is designed to help prevent the losses of the market and to maximize the gains. Everyone remembers 2008. It's hard to forget losing 40 to 50% of your life savings. The signal was given, and our subscribers who used the signal took advantage of a small window of growth. Notice here that the exit signal was given prior to the market beginning its decline and well before the free fall and absolute collapse that occurred during the last half of the year. Of course, we all know that in February of 2009, the market hit the bottom of 676. Shortly after that, in about April, the signal came that it was time to get back in the market. And this continued on till about the end of 2009, where we had the exit signal as well. 2010, of course, a very volatile year. We had the flash crash going on and different things such as that. But as you can see on this chart here, we entered in about April of 2010 and then exited out before the big downturn. And a little bit later on in the year, we sent the signal out. It was time to get back in. And at the end of the year, we exited back out. As you can see on this chart, this is a summary that if you would have got in September of 2007 with the signal system, and then of course at the end of 2010, the difference in the potential returns was a loss of 18% if you were buy and hold in the S&P 500 as compared to a 30% gain if you would use the RPM signal. Now, to bring this into perspective, we've chosen one of the well-known employers around the country called Burlington Northern Santa Fe. And all you can see here on the left-hand column here, they have listed all the mutual funds that are available in their retirement account. The next column over is the buy and hold strategy from January 1st of 2005 till the end of 2010. Now, this does not include reinvested dividends. The next column over is the RPM signal. And as you can see here, the best performer during this time was the Vanguard Growth Index. And of course, during that time as a buy and hold, it made 15%. Again, does not include reinvested dividends. On the RPM system, it would have been 103%. So you can see the difference was dramatic. The RPM system is an educational system that allows you to receive an analysis on your fund options as well, so that you can best determine which funds to invest your contributions. How do you get notified? Well, first of all, you receive an email as well as a text alert. And we know people get lots and lots of emails, so we want to make sure that you have the opportunity to be notified via your phone as well. The RPM system was developed to fill the gap for those who have a company-sponsored retirement plan but don't know how to manage it effectively. This educational system allows you to receive an analysis on your fund options so that you can best determine where to invest your contributions. It is a subscription. How much is a subscription? It's $495 per year. So is it worth investing $495 into the RPM system? Let's see. This is a recent article put out by the Associated Press. It says advice can improve 401k performance by 3%, study finds. It pays to get help. A study of 401k accounts provides further evidence that workers who get help pocket higher returns than those handling their investment choices. The study by human resources consultant Aon Hewitt shows that workers who receive some form of help experience annual returns on average of 3% better than workers who handle their own accounts. It's important to clarify what's meant by help. Workers who use professionally managed accounts or accessed online advice were all deemed to have used help for purposes of this study. As you can see, assistance with your retirement accounts, whether it's a 401k or 403b or some other type of retirement account, can and will make a difference in how much you have for retirement. The RPM system is an online subscription service only, which was designed for the do-it-yourselfer, but you can opt in to request and receive individual advice from a licensed investment advisor if needed. On this next slide, I will show you that the service is truly worth the $4.95. Well, let's take a $50,000 retirement account and do a growth comparison. Here we have the Vanguard Growth Index. If you would have taken the buy and hold position from January 1 of 05 till the end of 2010, the return was 15%, so you'd have approximately $57,500. If you would use the RPM signal, same time period, it would equate it out to approximately $101,500 with a 103% rate of return. Let's take the Vanguard Target Retirement Account 2015, which is saying that you're planning on retirement somewhere close to 2015. Again, the buy and hold from January 1 of 2005 to end of 2010 was 8% rate of return. So that would equate out to about $54,000 that would have been your account balance. The RPM signal would have been 46%, which equated out to about $73,000. How do you subscribe? Well, the person who recommended this to you or gave you this disc would be the person to talk to. But there's also a much better way to be able to pay for this here. This system has been developed in a way that you can be rewarded financially for telling your friends and coworkers about what you just learned. You can actually cover your subscription through referrals. If you'd like to learn more about how you can help your friends and associates better manage their retirement plans and earn a great income for referring them to our system, please go to section 2 on this DVD. If you have any further questions on anything covered in this video, please see the contact information on the sleeve of this DVD for the person in your area who can answer your questions. If there is no one listed on there, contact our office at 1-888-606-7226. Thank you and have a blessed day.
Thank you for taking the time to review our presentation. If you have further interest, our contact information can be located on the sleeve of this disc.